What's up, guys? This is Geeks to Phone podcast coming at you. I'm Andy. I'm here with my awesome buddy here, Zach.
Just me tonight.
Just Zach tonight. DJ and Travis aren't able to make it, but Zach and I have plenty of stuff to talk about. So I guess we'll kick it off with some movie news.
Yeah, we've had some weather here. That's why Travis had some other plans with some other people, and DJ kind of lives out in the country.
Yeah,
so he couldn't make it. We got some snow tonight, so he couldn't make it. So it's just us two. God, it's been fucking crazy today. I feel like I was on the Last Crusade to do this podcast tonight. I went to Chicago with my friend Matt. He's moving away here soon. Up to Chicago. He got a job up there in human resources, and I went there to look at a place with him. We were coming back, and the bad weather started happening, and then that's why I was stuck in traffic. A trailer flipped over on the highway.
Oh, shit.
A huge trailer, so it was blocking the whole interstate. Ooh. Yeah, so we were stuck in gridlock for an hour, and I was like, I don't think I'm going to get back in time to do this podcast, so I was going to end up canceling it. And then I think I got back at little before 9:30.
Yeah.
And made it back in time, so it's just been a hectic day. Been up there all freaking day, and then you were working on B-List all damn night. We got that out. If anybody hasn't checked that out, I've been sharing that to all the social media stuff online. So, so it's been kind of a crazy day, but we do have plenty of stuff to talk about. So.
Yeah, there was lots of movie news this week.
Yes.
There was lots of just really, really out there things. It's been an interesting 2016.
It's been a weird week. A weird start to the year.
Yeah, weird start to the year. But I guess we'll start it off with some movie news here.
Sure.
I've got a couple articles here.
Okay.
One of them, box office news, Star Wars beat out Avatar for the #1 movie ever in North America. So that is awesome.
It's nice to know it's at least the biggest movie in America.
Yeah.
Of all time.
Yeah, and it opened up in China today. So
how much did it make in China?
They haven't released anything
yet.
Okay. They haven't released anything yet, so we'll have to wait and see. But it might be there's talking that it might end at 900 million, but
in China?
No, in America.
Oh, okay.
In America,
I was gonna say, man, that's a hell of an opening in China.
But it's about to pass the 800 million mark, and it's only been out for 4 weeks now.
Yeah,
about 4 weeks. And
not even well. A little under a month.
A little under a month, for sure. But, I mean, huge movie. And then it opened up in China today. Worldwide, I think it's the third highest grossing movie in the world.
Is it?
Yeah.
I thought it was 5th or 6th.
It moved up to
Did
third.
it open up? I think didn't it beat out Furious 7?
It beat out Furious 7, and it beat out...
what was it? Was it Avengers?
I think it was Avengers.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah, but I think
it's third now?
I think it's third in the entire world now. The only two that it has to beat are Titanic and Avatar.
Yes.
To be the #1 movie in the world.
I know for sure it'll be Titanic.
Yeah.
I think it'll be Titanic.
They were saying in the article I was reading that if they did re-release The Force Awakens before Episode 8, then they could probably do it. Because if they re-released it before Episode 8, then it would make so much more money. Because, James Cameron did all that shit with fucking Titanic and Avatar. That's why they made so much fucking money. And now, with Star Wars, it hasn't even been out a month, and it's already close to $1 billion just in America, which is insane. So...
Sorry, I was miles away. I was quoting Shaun of the Dead there. I'm kind of still in days after that Steelers game.
Yeah, go Steelers!
Yes, my boys pulled. Fun crazy day. I got home. I missed the whole first half of the football game. I'm a big Steelers fan. They snuck in the playoffs and they just beat the Bengals. Dirty ass freaking players the Bengals are.
Those penalties at the very end were fucking
brutal, man. Just cheap shots and there's some trash talking going on Facebook right now. So I was getting involved in that in a second. So, but some people were somebody said it's a shame the Bengals lost that way. It's there's no shame in that. They blew it and they were taking it out on everybody.
They shouldn't have done that shit. They know they shouldn't have done that shit, but they did it anyways because they're just dirty players.
Yes.
That one hit that they did to Antonio Brown
he was
right
out
before
cold.
He was knocked the
he
fuck
could have broken
out.
his damn neck, man.
That was crazy.
He needs to be fined for that.
They were talking during the commentary that either a suspension or a fine.
Yeah, it has to happen. But regardless, not getting to that too much, Steelers are moving on. Go Steelers. So fuck the Bengals.
My team's season was over like week 6. So whatever. Poor Bears.
Yeah, Star Wars though. It just opened in China. It's got a good shot of beating Titanic at least. I hate to say it, but it's a long shot for beating Avatar.
I just said this. I just read this in the article. It made history in China by having the highest opening day of all time.
Did it?
Yes. Let's see here. Confirms it had the highest Saturday opening in all of China. Majority of movies open on Saturday there, so that's obviously an impressive feat.
It's kind of odd, like
33 million according to early Disney estimates, and is now only second behind Furious 7 for the biggest single-day gross in the country's history. So yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
Star Wars is here.
It is.
It's back.
It's kind of weird they open movies on Saturdays.
It is weird.
I find that odd.
Just because we're so used to them opening on Fridays.
Exactly. It's the end of the week.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's not the end of the week. But
right.
I mean, you're just used to Fridays.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, I mean, I think it'll beat Titanic for sure. I'm confident it'll beat Titanic. But, I mean, Avatar is at like 2.9 billion, I think.
2.7.
2.7.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a lot to make up. Like, because China was the last big place it opened. So I mean, it's got a shot, but I think it'll at least be number 2. But
mm-hmm.
I mean, Star Wars could pull an Avatar and re-release it,
mm-hmm.
and that would count.
That would count.
So I mean, we'll see. If it can at least knock off one Cameron film, I'll be happy.
Yeah, that would be incredible.
He does not deserve to have both movies at the top.
No, he doesn't.
So,
I've got one other article here. It's another Star Wars related one. But J.J. Abrams actually responded to a lot of fans saying that, it was a ripoff of A New Hope, which, I can kind of see.
I can see it,
but I mean, Star Wars, it's all about characters. That's all it is.
He knows what Lucas did with the prequels and how he fucked everything up and made everybody disinterested in hating Star Wars and he basically made that. I can see where they're getting the New Hope similarities,
right.
But he was pretty much just trying to get us to love Star Wars again,
mm-hmm.
which he did.
He did.
He did. Everybody loves Star Wars again. I fucking love it. I can't wait till Episode 8.
Oh, Episode 8.
That's what he was trying to do. And he did a great job of it.
I mean, even JJ himself, and I quote, said, "I can understand that someone might say, oh, it's a complete ripoff. What was important for me was introducing brand new characters using relationships that were embracing the history that we know to tell a story that is new."
There you go.
So, I mean, he gets it. I get where he's coming from. He's making new characters that were introduced to us. That way we can know them, get to love them, everything like that. And was the strongest point in the movie, in my opinion. All these new characters were fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And, it's still the old characters were in there, which were fantastic. But
he grabbed the spirit of the original.
Yeah,
films.
He grabbed the spirit of Star Wars
and he rip it off.
Well.
Exactly. So he did a fantastic job, and people need to quit being nitpicking fucking fanboys out there and just enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
It was a damn good movie. It's awesome. Stop, people.
But yeah, he just came out and said that. He gets why people are saying that.
Yeah.
But he also is saying it's new characters that are being introduced. I totally agree with JJ on that. So,
I do too. Sure.
But yeah, that was my second one. Another one I read. I was actually really excited for this. But TNT, they were going to have a Teen Titans TV show.
I heard about that.
But that
got the axe.
Yeah, we got the axe. It was the executive of TNT, Kevin Riley, came out and said it wasn't the fact that we didn't own the characters. The Akiva Goldsman, who was the writer and the creator for the show, he was a talented guy, but the script just wasn't there. There's an unbelievable glut of superhero things in the market right now, and if you have a really good one, clearly our people are up for it. But I just don't think that there's a need for one that, for me, at least on paper, didn't seem to be screaming to get made. That's what he said. I honestly would love to see a Teen Titans live action adaptation because I've been waiting for that for a very, very long time.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
But I mean,
DC's got bigger fish to fry.
DC, though. I mean, they need to get their cinematic universe right first before they do anything else.
Yeah, I mean, and to piggyback off that, I guess like Travis was telling me they had another like Batman vs Superman clip on TV or something.
They had some TV spots
of him, like I guess he's trying to like run Superman over or something.
That was one of the TV spots. He like was drifting in the Batmobile and it like hit Superman and it just like
really
or whatever. Like I'm just like, why?
Yeah,
why? I just
I don't want to start worrying about this movie. Like it.
If this movie bombs, then DC's done for.
Exactly. I mean, this is the one that like sets up the universe. You know, Justice League and all the other movies.
I just me being a huge DC fanboy. Like I love Marvel, I love DC, I love them both. But like DC is my I look up to those heroes.
Yeah,
those are. I grew up watching every single one of those heroes, reading every single one of those heroes. I want them to do good, but they probably, I don't know.
We'll see, I guess. I just feel like they're going to end up trying to shoehorn way too many people in this movie.
Well, I mean, there's Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman. Supposedly the Flash is going to show up. Doomsday, Lex Luthor. It's just,
I've been hearing rumors of like other people too, like that might show up in it.
It's just they're putting too much in there too fast.
Like they're almost trying to make a Justice League movie in the beginning.
And it's not a Justice League movie.
Exactly. It's a fucking Superman movie. So
we'll have to wait and see. But it comes out in 2 months.
2 months. We ain't got much longer. So I got a couple articles here. I guess apparently Mr. Great Actor Anthony Hopkins, he regretted appearing as Hannibal beyond Silence of the Lambs, he admits. Not much to the article, but oh fuck, I forgot that Brett Ratner did Red Dragon.
Oh god, Brett Ratner did do that.
That movie sucked. Like Hannibal was okay, but like Silence of the Lambs is like that's one of my favorite.
Didn't Ridley Scott do Hannibal?
Yes, he did. Yep. Yeah, he said, quote, "I did it once, made the mistake of doing it twice, 3 times. Silence of the Lambs is okay. It was a good film. It was okay." You had like one of the most iconic film roles of all time as Dr. Hannibal Lecter. You're gonna say it's okay? I can't really make fun of Anthony Hopkins though. He's awesome. But yeah, the people that we're talking about said if you'd be interested in playing Hannibal Lecter once again, the actor unsurprisingly responded with, "No, I don't want to do that. Done with that." So yeah, he admitted to that. So.
I don't know why he would just say that the first film was just okay.
Yeah, it's amazing. That's a great movie. That's like one of my favorite movies of all time. It's on probably at least the top 50.
Yeah,
it's up there. It's a great
good
film. More Batman vs Superman news. I guess Eisenberg was originally supposed to be in a different Batman vs Superman role.
He shouldn't be fucking Lex Luthor. No,
he showed it that it might be rough in that last trailer. Like when he's like, "Gentlemen," like that. That's. I was already worried about that casting in the beginning. I was like, before that specific scene, like I was like, he could be good. And then after watching that, I was like, nope, he sucks. Yeah, exactly. It's like you had a perfect fucking Lex Luthor and Bryan Cranston. Why didn't you go for it? He's sitting out there begging. I mean, he wasn't begging to get the role, but I mean, Walter White is Lex Luthor. He could be. That's all he had to do was just take Walter White and be Lex Luthor. Simple as that. It's like fucking peanut butter and jelly. Simple as that. Instead of making crystal meth, you just get his hand on kryptonite. I mean, there we go. Yeah. But yeah, it's just an article. It doesn't really say what character. I think he would have been Jimmy Olsen. Really? Honestly, because he would be a good Jimmy Olsen. Mm-hmm. He would be. He would not Lex Luthor. Fuck Warner Brothers. Ugh. So yeah. God damn it. There's not really much to that article, so I guess we'll move on. He just kind of talks about Lex Luthor a little bit and about how comparing to like Gene Hackman or Kevin Spacey who played him in the past and stuff like that. So Kevin Spacey was a damn good. He was. He was. He just did a crappy movie. Yep. God knows why this is happening, but apparently petition is making the rounds on the old internet of George Lucas to direct episode 9. No. Yeah. That does not need to happen. Let Colin Trevorrow do it. Exactly. Yeah.
The petition is probably a bunch of fucking haters who did not like. They're probably one of the people who were like, "Oh, Force Awakens was a ripoff of fucking New Hope." Those are probably the people who are starting that petition, so they can just fuck off.
Exactly. And Colin Trevorrow already has the job, so it's not up to the fans who directs this film. So fuck them. I don't want to say fuck the fans, but sometimes you can say fuck them.
Sometimes, like a certain group of the fans, yeah, fuck them. Yeah. Especially like what's going on now with Star Wars. The people who are bitching about it.
You really got to be that spiteful to where you like would rather go out on the internet and get a petition together to get Lucas back to direct something. It's not that bad. We've got it good right now.
We do have it good.
We got it really good.
All I have to say to those people, just remember the prequels.
Exactly. Just like go back and watch like episode 1 and oh boy.
Or episode 2.
What a rough flick. All of that is rough. Let's see. And so yeah, that's making the rounds. I don't care how many signatures it gets.
It's not gonna get as many as it needs.
Exactly. And like, who the hell is gonna approve that?
Disney's not.
No, exactly. So, very exciting news. I was very excited about this. This broke earlier in the week. I don't know if anybody watched this show when it was on TV. A great TV series that was canceled in its prime, Deadwood, that was on HBO.
Oh yeah,
is gonna be getting a movie.
Is it gonna be a theatrical release? Or?
Let me take a look here and see. They've been speaking with New Line. Program President Michael Lombardo said he's given Mitch, the series creator David Milch, the green light to resurrect the Western in form of a television film. Yeah, so my bad. David has our commitment that we were going to do it. He pitched what he thought generally the storyline would be, and knowing David, that could change, but it's going to happen. Lombardo said Milch feels he had something left unsaid with Deadwood. No shit, because it was canceled, like I think after the 3rd season. So yeah, it's very exciting that this TV series is going to get a movie. I mean, at least it's something. You know, it may not be the TV series being resurrected again, but something's going to happen. So I'm really excited to see what they bring back from that universe, because I love history, and that was all about, like, you know, the 1860s and 70s, like the gold rush old back in the Dakotas and stuff. And I just find it fascinating. Some people I've talked to said it's stupid and boring, and I think it's great. But yeah, so it's in the works. Another article here. AMC says there is no end anytime soon to The Walking Dead.
Could be a bad thing. It could be.
It could be, because I mean, I know the comics are still going,
and from what Travis has said, they're boring.
Yeah, so I mean, I just don't know how. I mean, the show's still okay. There's been a couple times of these last like 2 seasons where I'm just like, I'm almost done with this show.
Because I mean, it's usually the first episode
like a roller coaster
of the season. Like the first 2 episodes of the season where it's like, oh my god, this is fucking cool. Then the next like 3 or 4 are like, that was boring. Exactly. And then the mid-season finale happens, and you're like, oh fuck, what happened? You know.
And then we're gonna wait until like February to show you what happens.
And then that episode's awesome, and then the rest of it's boring until the season finale.
Exactly. It's very inconsistent, in my opinion. Like, and so I mean, it's still breaking records with viewing views, so whatever. But there's no end in sight to The Walking Dead. So I mean, this show's so damn popular, it can go on for fucking ever.
It could.
So I think that's a dumb idea. I think it needs to eventually be ended.
Eventually, I would say
maybe after another like.
What's it on, season 6?
Maybe take it to like 10.
Yeah.
And then end it or something. But I can't see it being like a fucking like Friends or Seinfeld type series, you know, to go on that freaking long. So there's only so much you can do with fucking zombies. The same people being in that universe in the apocalypse, you know. So kind of piggyback off that. I guess I didn't read the whole article, but they had an article earlier in the week. They had like the real reason behind why Frank Darabont got fired from The Walking Dead. You heard about that?
I heard about that.
Yeah. I think that's bullshit, because like he is awesome, Frank Darabont. If he was still helming The Walking Dead, it would be amazing. Like,
I'm trying to think what else
he's so good. Like he did the Shawshank Redemption.
Oh yeah.
Like, he
did a Green Mile too.
Green Mile, yeah. He's a fantastic director, writer, everything. He's great.
He did a lot of Stephen King stuff, like he did The Mist, Remile, Shawshank. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Shawshank Redemption. That's one of best movies of all time.
Oh yeah.
And so I can't remember what it was about. I know it was real shitty what AMC did to him. It was like he was like fired and didn't even really know about it or something like that. Or so.
I get that article pulled up. But yeah, he was released from Walking Dead.
He was like
from
after
doing
season
anything.
2 or something like that.
Something 2 or 3.
Yeah.
But that could be another story for another time.
Yeah, definitely. Do you got any more movie news?
I saw an article where the directors for Civil War were talking about Spider-Man, but they were just talking about making him like grounded and
I saw
realistic.
That. I really hate those articles that has like a headline like that, and you're just like, I always avoid them because I'm just like, it's boring stuff. I don't really care about it, and it's stuff that's like not going to happen. Or
grounded and realistic,
or irrelevant, or whatever. But last bit of movie news I got, there was some other stuff, but I just kind of want to keep it condensed to the things I noticed this week. This fucking announcement angered me to no end earlier this week. I think it broke on like Thursday.
It was Wednesday or Thursday.
Fucking M. Night Shyamalan is bringing back Tales from the Crypt, which is ironic because we were just talking about that on a podcast recently, Tales from the Crypt, how fantastic of a show that was. And it's coming back. I mean, the idea of what's coming back is kind of cool. I don't like the idea of bringing Tales from the Crypt back because they've already announced, they broke today, that the Crypt Keeper, which I can't do that laugh tonight. My voice is I could, but I'm on the Moscato and cigarettes right now. So the Crypt Keeper's not going to be back. Which Shyamalan already confirmed he's not bringing back the Crypt. I guess he wasn't even in the comics. Apparently, that was like an HBO thing. But still, I mean, he's such an iconic part of Tales from the Crypt.
He is.
There's no Tales from the Crypt without the Crypt Keeper, and Shyamalan's confirmed that he's not going to be in the reboot. But I guess like this fall they're launching it's going to be like a 2-hour weekly horror block that TNT's doing, which I thought that's a cool idea.
That's a cool idea
because they used to do Monster Vision, which was awesome. I loved Monster Vision. That was way back in the day.
And they said that'd be later on this year,
in the fall. Yeah,
in the fall.
Mm-hmm. So it'd be like a 2-hour weekly horror block. They don't know if like Shyamalan's going to be behind the camera, or it's just going to be like creative input. But yeah, he's definitely going to be involved. A lot of people don't really like the idea of the reboot heading to TNT. But I mean, what they did with Monster Vision and stuff was really cool. Mm-hmm. So I just like the idea of like horror is just so like underappreciated, dead, and no one cares, and it needs to make these kind of comebacks. So, having a nice 2-hour weekly block of horror, something like that will be cool. Even if like the Tales from the Crypt reboot sucks, it'll still be cool to see it back in a way. So, but of all fucking people.
Well, I mean,
Shyamalan, come on.
Wasn't The Visit pretty good?
I enjoyed it. So, like, at least he's going into this off of that, because I liked The Visit. I liked it a lot. It was really good, because he's been terrible over this last 5-6 years.
Yeah, because The Happening, Lady in the Water, Avatar, The Last Airbender, which was just...
Devil.
Devil was...
Yeah. Like, I was really excited for The Happening, because I thought that looked great.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, I watched it, and, like, the whole twist, I'm just like, are you serious? The trees? God. Like, what else are you going to do?
What a twist!
Exactly. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got for movie news. You want to take it away for a minute with, if you can cover a little bit of DVD releases?
We covered that a little bit last week.
Is there anything else?
No, there hasn't really been any other big DVD releases. They did talk about more Star Wars, The Force Awakens, for that DVD release. There's not going to be a director's cut or an extended cut, but it will have deleted scenes, which is pretty nifty. But other than that, no real big movies. Netflix, if you're a big Daredevil fan, season 2 comes out March. I just had it here, March 18th.
Cool. I did hear about that. Force Awakens not having an extended cut.
Which it makes sense.
Yeah, I mean...
But yeah, Daredevil comes out March 18th, 2016. I'm probably going to binge it that entire weekend because the first season of Daredevil was incredible.
I still haven't watched it.
It was fan-fucking-tastic. That is, hands down, the best stuff Marvel has ever done.
Really?
Ever.
Like better than Guardians?
Guardians is the best movie they've done.
But, like, content, I guess.
But, like, overall, Daredevil's the best that they've done.
Man, I think probably sometime this week I'm going to binge it. I just need to sit down and binge. I need to binge that and Jessica Jones. Like
Vincent D'Onofrio was the perfect fucking Kingpin.
Really?
He's so awesome. Good. And then Charlie Cox as Matt Murdock, perfect choice. Like, everything about Daredevil was incredible. And then now with season 2, Elektra's going to show up, and then fucking Punisher is in it.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
John Bernthal.
Oh, I'm so excited to see that. And the poster that they released for it looks awesome.
Does that come out in March?
Yeah.
The season 2.
Yeah. March 18th is when it does. But the poster, it has, Daredevil standing, and then all around him is all the rest of the supporting cast. And then the fucking Punisher logo is like, oh, God, it looks awesome. So fucking gorgeous. That's a cool poster. I want to, get a print of this and put it up in my apartment. It's just that fucking gorgeous.
Well, I can't confirm. I mean, I'll either binge it, this week or before March.
Yeah, it's
at some point.
I'm telling you, man, that's the best stuff Marvel's done.
Cool.
It was... you don't actually see Daredevil donning the actual red suit until, the last... 2 episodes.
Really?
But before that, he's still fighting crime, all that shit. But with this one, he's established. He's the guardian of Hell's Kitchen. It's just gonna be holy shit. I'm fucking ready.
Cool.
Oh, cool. 13 more episodes that I can just sit on my ass and watch all weekend. Oh God, I'm ready.
Yes.
It's so good.
I did binge a Netflix series finally. This was yesterday, last night. I watched all 6 episodes. It's that F is for Family.
Oh, yeah.
That Bill Burr cartoon.
Yeah, I've wanted to watch
awesome. That. It's really good.
Is it funny?
It's hilarious.
Oh,
yeah. Good. It's really vulgar and really good.
Bill Burr's one of my favorite comedians.
Because that's all factual stuff, I guess. Because he said it's all about that's how his dad really was and everything. And it's hilarious. It's very vulgar, very true to the times. It's all set in 1973.
Nice.
Very true to the times. It's a cartoon. It's only 6 episodes.
I'll have to check that out.
It's really good. I recommend it.
Bill Burr, he talks about his dad in a lot of his stand-ups.
Yeah,
That's how his dad was. And I'm just that's fucking hilarious. So now that I know that the cartoon is actually based off of that, I'm sure it's fucking hilarious.
It's great. I really hope it's not something that doesn't get another season. It's something that just gets 1 season, that's it. I hope it gets a 2nd season.
Yeah.
It actually ends. The first season ends on a super down note, and it sets it up perfectly for more episodes.
That's how it was. I've been watching Rick and Morty a lot. Rick and Morty is fucking hilarious.
Is it?
It is so good. Season 2 ended on a really down note too.
Did it?
Yeah, and I'm just what's gonna happen? And season 2 actually ended. 9 Inch Nails' "Hurt" was the final song that plays in that episode, and I was just oh my God, this show's funny, but that time it just hit you right in the feels.
Rough.
But yeah, Rick and Morty's awesome. I'll have to check out F is for Family.
Yes.
I still need to finish Jessica Jones. I need to do that before Daredevil comes out. But that's just the Netflix stuff that I've been seeing pop up every now and then.
Yeah. I still haven't finished Orange is the New Black, the new season. I'm I got halfway through it and I never finished it, but I felt that season was kind of weak compared to the last.
Season 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, season 3 had its moments
compared to the other ones.
Yeah, season 2 was awesome.
Yeah, but I need to finally finish that sometime too, but between all the shit going on, I think, let me just do another double take for movie news. I still haven't watched the trailer. I'll have to check it out and throw my input in on another podcast, but they came out the trailer for Conjuring 2.
Oh, yeah, I did just see that.
I heard it's pretty good, but I haven't watched it
I
yet.
actually enjoyed the first Conjuring.
I liked it too.
That was really good.
Yes, it's very something the horror genre needed. It was a decent horror film.
Every couple of years, there's always that one gem that will pop up. But all the other horror movies are just trash.
Actually, I got 2 quick movie articles, and we'll move on to shitty movies. Emma Stone's gonna be Cruella de Vil.
I'm okay with that.
I am too, because she's hot. I mean, Cruella de Vil's not hot, but
she will make Cruella de Vil.
Yes,
and I would love to see
her hair,
Emma Stone, white and black, and
the
just
dress. And, God, it would,
Emma Stone, marry me.
Yes,
please.
Be in a polygamous relationship with all of us.
I was actually over grocery shopping. This was yesterday. And I saw a magazine cover with Rooney Mara on there.
Oh.
And I thought about picking it up for you.
Oh.
But.
That woman. That gorgeous, gorgeous woman. I will marry her someday. Last one here, and we'll move on. I don't know if anybody knows. My good old chum favorite director, Rob Zombie, is...
Oh, yeah, he made that new horror movie.
Yeah, he's doing this movie called 31, and I don't know if anybody picked up my fucking thick sarcasm with favorite director. I hate Rob Zombie. Damn it made me cough. He's coming out with this movie called 31, and like he originally got an NC-17 rating.
What's it about?
I don't even... I can pull up the synopsis, but he finally got an R rating, so it's going to get a release, which I will probably go see it because I'm mildly curious. He's like my, what would you say he would be my in this world? Like he would be a villain, like a very minor villain. Like he'd probably be like
some evil filmmaker that you just want to destroy.
Exactly. He'd be like, he'd probably be like Rocky Bullwinkle, like the yeah, like that would be like Rob Zombie to like my Bullwinkle. Like I hate him. Like
B-list bastard goes up against. Well, we'll figure out a name that.
I'm waiting for one of these days to where he finds out about that review. I want him to find out about it. I want him to see it. I want him to know from his mistakes and learn from his mistakes. I don't really get to. It's like I hear a lot of people praise him all the time. I don't get it. I don't see it. I don't understand.
Like they praise his films, which like Lords of Salem sucked, but for some reason that has a huge cult following. And like the only movie that I really enjoyed by Devil's Rejects.
Yeah, I will admit I enjoyed that movie.
Devil's Rejects was good. Like that was good.
Exactly.
But like House of a Thousand Corpses was okay.
It's a Texas Chainsaw Massacre ripoff.
Yeah,
is all it is.
His Halloween movies we won't discuss.
Just watch B-List, the first ever episode. That was one of those ones where I was like, if I don't ever do a B-List episode ever again, just let it be known that was all I wanted to do was a Halloween review. Mm-hmm. And I went on to we're on the 12th episode now, but yeah, and I mean Devil's Rejects has still got that element of Texas Chainsaw Massacre too. Slightly, but it's not a full ripoff. It's kind of its own thing, which that's what I really enjoyed about it. And it had a pretty good cast too.
Yeah,
Ken Foray's in that.
Yeah, Ken Foree.
Sid Haig's still in it. I can tolerate him from time to time. He kind of gets on my nerves. Yeah,
like Captain Spaulding was like
kind of old, but I mean, I like him as a person because I've met him. I didn't meet him at a horror convention. I saw him. I kind of met him, but he's intimidating.
Yeah,
I saw him.
That's that smile, dude.
It is like I took a picture of him from like 10 feet away, and he's built. Yeah, he's stocky. Yeah, and I saw him. I was like, oh, I don't want to go meet him. I'm scared. So, Ken Foray's, I met him.
Didn't you say he was a dick?
Well, what happened was he. This is one of the first horror conventions I went to, like 6 years ago, and I met Romero. I got the picture with him. He signed my comics and everything, which was amazing. One of the best moments of my life. But then we met Foray, and like he didn't really have a lot of people around him, which was kind of interesting. I mean, I think people were kind of just starting to file in. And then Travis actually has an original Dawn of the Dead poster from the theater from the 70s that his dad gave from when his dad worked at a movie theater. Yeah, and Travis has now officially gotten everybody from the cast to sign that, except like the minor, like the monk zombie,
right? Yeah,
the other zombies in that film. But he got like the main four, Romero, Savini, and all those guys to sign it. But Foray saw that poster and he got pissed. Yeah, because Travis was like, he signed my poster. He's like, is this like an original Dawn poster? And we were like, yeah, and he was just like, brother, like he was like talking to us like we're like another black guy or something.
Brother.
Yeah, he's like, brother, you need to get this back in the frame and all this stuff. And Travis was like, fucking petrified. And I'm just standing there scared too. And he's like, signed it. He's like, man, he's like, there you go, boys. Like, get that back in a frame, though. He was like real concerned about that poster because I mean, it's a legit,
like
almost
an official poster, yeah.
Yeah. So,
well,
he probably doesn't come across that very often.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, he was probably just like, this is a cool find, so he was just probably like watching out.
Don't be carrying this around with you.
Right.
You're going to get it stolen or it's going to get damaged.
He's fucking huge.
He is, too. He's very tall. So is Romero. He's really tall, too.
Really?
He's very tall. I remember last horror convention I went to about a year ago, I met Romero again, kind of. You almost feel like you meet him, like, because you're so close to him at horror conventions. You can literally walk up to these people. If anybody hasn't been to a horror convention or wants to go to one, you're like feet away from these celebrities. And, I was standing in line to get into. It was at Days of the Dead.
Yeah.
And we were just standing there, and I was just talking to Travis, and I heard, I was like looking at my phone or something, and I heard like, excuse me. And, like, I look up. He walks right past me. Walks my idol, like the guy that made us want to make movies, like just walks, like cut right by me. He said, "Excuse me," so politely, and then he just like walked right past me with a couple other people, and I was like, "Ah, George!" And like, yeah, but when I met him, super fucking down to earth, nice guy. Like, I would just love to have just like a couple hours, like dinner and drinks. Sit down with him and just
absorb his knowledge.
Mm-hmm. But he's super tall too. Yeah, but fuck Rob Zombie, back to that. He apparently 31. I don't even know what it's about, really. I think it's something about, like, some carnival or some shit with murders or something like that. I'll still see it because it's horror, so, but that's got an R rating and it will get a theatrical release, so. Moving on, shitty movies. Did you watch any?
I did not this week.
I did. I watched... Of course. I did. When don't I? But I watched... I watched Adam Sandler's recent epic, The Ridiculous Six, the Netflix original film.
He's got 2 more to go.
Yep, he does. Yeah, he signed like a 3-picture deal with Netflix. Oh boy, folks. I know, I read an article too that... Ridiculous Six is setting Netflix records of like most viewed film. Oh, why? Like, this movie's way too long, and it's downright offensive about how bad it is. Like, and it's offensive too, like from a Native American standpoint. You watched it. Yeah, you watched part of it.
Yeah,
right?
I did.
Or did you watch the whole thing?
I watched part of it.
Did you?
Like,
it's really offensive against Native Americans. Like,
it was just
basically the idea of this film. I'm sure a lot of people that are listening have probably already know about it or seen it. But like, Sandler's in the Old West, and like he was abandoned at birth or something. No, his mom got killed at birth, and he got raised by Indians. And like, his dad comes out of nowhere, which his dad is Nick Nolte, who's fucking collecting a paycheck, hardcore in this film. And like, his voice in this movie, like, he sounds like he swallowed rocks. Like, he's just like, son. Like, his voice, I don't understand how you understand his dialogue.
Him and Harrison Ford.
Yeah, exactly. No shit. Fucking, God, I wish I had Ralph. We had Ralph on a podcast. Just one time, have him do Harrison. He could chime in as Harrison Ford there. But yeah, and then, like, his dad says he's dying or something.
I remember that.
He, like, left, like, $50,000, like, in a desert or something.
Yeah, something...
Like, it's so bad I don't even really remember it. Like, I just heard about how bad it was, and I was like, I'm a bad movie king, and I need to start out the new year by watching a terrible movie. I mean, this was on like January 2nd. I watched this, I think. So, it's the worst movie. Because this came out in 2015.
Yeah,
it's the worst movie of 2015. It's worse than 50. I'd rather watch 50 Shades of Grey again. It's that bad.
That's what you thought of it?
It's horrible. I can't stress how bad this movie is. Like, and the bad thing is that there's so many, like, big name actors in it.
There were a lot of big name actors in there.
It's embarrassing.
Like Terry Crews, Nick Nolte,
Harvey Keitel, Steve Buscemi's in it.
Buscemi.
Nick Swartzen.
Yeah, Nick Swartzen was in there.
Taylor Lautner's in it. I mean, who cares? He's still a well-known actor, though. He's in it. Fucking Rob Schneider.
He doesn't fucking matter.
He's horrible in it. He's really bad in it. Who else is in it?
Was David Spade
David Spade's in it. Yeah, he's in it too.
I couldn't remember if he was or not. I probably wasn't paying attention at the part.
Luke fucking Wilson's in it.
What?
Yeah, he's in that part. Yep, he's in it. Sure is. Fall from grace from Mr. Luke Wilson. Gone from like all these A-list star to Netflix original films. I mean, not that Netflix is huge, but oh my, it's offensive. Like the dialogue is so horrible, and like there's one point where like these cowboys. It's like one of the worst lines in the movie. One of these cowboys goes up to like an Indian girl. And they call her Beaver Breath.
I remember that.
She's like, "That's actually my name." I was like, "Oh my god!" Like, and then like one of like the Indian girls' names is like, "Wears no bra." I'm just like, this is like, and they actually had an article like all the Native American people were getting offended on the set because like you're basically stereotyping Indians, and like they were getting legit offended, and like a bunch of them walked off the set. And this article happened before while I was filming. Right. I read about it and I don't blame them at all. Like they walked off. I mean, you're basically stereotyping an entire race.
Yeah.
And it's just so sad to see like that. This is what Adam Sandler's become.
Mm-hmm. Like the '90s, he was a fucking
king, man. Like
man.
Gilmore,
Billy Madison.
I mean, like
fucking Wedding
Big Daddy was okay. Daddy. You know,
I enjoyed Big Daddy.
I enjoyed it. That was like his last good movie. Really,
Little Nicky was. I thought was good. I thought Little Nicky was.
It's okay, hilarious. But. Like I think his last effort was Mr. Deeds.
Mr. Deeds I enjoyed too.
But like and that still wasn't that great. Like and that was like his last role I think he was trying was that movie.
Now he just doesn't give a shit.
He doesn't. I mean he's so fucking filthy rich now. Like it you know.
Well I mean he just films movies just so he can go on vacation.
Exactly.
I mean that's pretty much all it is.
But yeah, Ridiculous 6 though is there's like this donkey that shits all over the place, and it's just like it's sophomoric humor to a T.
Did you laugh at that part that Travis was talking about with the headless?
I did laugh at that. That was probably did you see that part?
Yeah.
That was the only part I probably laughed at was that. That was kind of funny, but that was kind of a courtesy laugh. So I was just like,
it's like I kind of feel bad. So
yeah, exactly. I was just like, I don't really feel sorry for him because they agreed to do this, so. But yeah, it's Ridiculous 6. If you haven't watched it yet, don't. If you have already seen it, I'm sorry. That was a train wreck.
I do remember whenever I first saw it show up on Netflix, it had 5 stars.
Did it really?
Yes.
I think when I saw it, it had close to 4.
Why?
Like anything over 2, I gave it a half star. I mean, that's the lowest you can do on the site we're on. Yeah. So is. A half star, but if I could give it 0, I would in a heartbeat. Horrible. Just ugh. That was, I think, really all I watched this week was. I'll double check my diary, but I think all I watched really was shitty. Was that?
Yeah.
Oh man, do you remember that one movie from the '90s? I've never seen it. It's called Tammy and the T-Rex.
That sounds really
yeah. I just saw
familiar.
Somebody watched it on here, and I kind of want to watch it now. Yeah, I think that was all I really watched this week. Bad-wise was that, and I did watch after we filmed recorded the last podcast. I did watch Plan 9 from Outer Space, but that's it's so horrible. I love it movie. That's like actually probably in the top 50 of films I love. Is Plan 9 from Outer Space.
Just because it's so bad.
Yeah, exactly. Ed Wood is like the Steven. I think I did that in the review. I said that.
He's the Spielberg of
I said Ed Wood was a Steven Spielberg of terrible directors. So, yeah. So we can move on to the next segment, which will be First World Problems of the Week.
This actually happened today. I had pizza bread for dinner. I cooked some pizza bread, and after I pulled it out of the oven, I was cutting it, and it cut just fine. But part of it got like stuck on the aluminum foil on the pan.
Sure.
So I took my spatula, tried getting it. It ripped, so I was like, okay, whatever. So I put it on my plate, and then my plate wasn't stable enough on my countertop, and it fell. I was like, oh god! And reaction was just to grab it, and then it was hot, and I was like, ah!
Oh.
And then it fell on the floor. And I was like, no, pizza bread. So I was missing one piece of pizza bread, but I burnt the shit out of my hand. Luckily, it's just like, I put it under cold water. I mean, I used to work at a pizza place. I'm used to the burns, but it's been a while. So whenever I went to first reaction, 400 degrees of pizza sauce just all over my palm. And Jax was like, "Did you break it?" And I was like, "Yes." But I think that was my first world problem of the week.
Okay.
So.
Let me take a look here. I think mine was probably not getting a top row seat at The Revenant. Like, that was probably my first world problem of the week, because I showed up to it, and it was packed. Like, there was a lot of people in it. And if anybody has not seen that movie, that is a fantastic film. The Revenant is like, if I could describe it, it's like every filmmaker's wet dream.
Like, visually amazing.
It's incredible. And just the story is really great, too. I don't understand why the website that I visit for movie news gave it a 7 out of 10.
Really?
Yeah, I gave it a 7. Yeah, out of 10. We've said their names before. I don't want to mention them because I still like them. But,
right.
Gave them a 7 out of 10. I give it 5. I'm gonna give it 5 stars. It's
5
amazing.
stars.
Yeah, I loved it. I was kind of hesitant on like 4.5, 5, but I just cinematography wise, it's just incredible.
Since it technically came out in 2015,
it's probably like I'd probably go Mad Max, Star Wars, Revenant. Like, this is my top 3 of the films of 15. But yeah, I got there probably like 10 minutes before the movie started. Mm-hmm. I walked in, I was like, fuck, there's a lot of people here. Damn it.
Did you go see it to the theater up here?
I did, yeah. I found out that apparently my sister was there. I had no idea.
Oh, really? Right.
Yeah, she saw it and she said she loved it too. So, and I had to sit in like a middle seat, like the middle row, like the middle section of seats. And so I was like squashed in between like some guy, like he was quiet, but I was right next to this fucking old guy. And like the whole movie, he's like, like, I'm like almost 30 and I make like what I like to call dad noises. I'm not a dad, but like it's like, but like he was like over the top. And then like he sat down next to me and he was like, I had a large popcorn and like he had a small one. He's just like, oh, we didn't even need to get popcorn. He's got all the popcorn here. He's not going to eat it all. It's just like, when's the movie start? And but yeah, that was my first world problem, was not being able to get my very particular when I go to the movies. I have to be top row center, and I didn't get to sit there because it was full. And but yeah, Revenant was incredible though. Go check that out. Just got its wide release this weekend. Yeah. If Leonardo DiCaprio does not win an Oscar, I'm telling you, man, the Academy hates him, and
he might be done. He put everything into.
The fucking guy gets mauled by a bear, like. And that's not even a spoiler. That's pretty much in the trailer. That was in the trailer. Yeah, there's this one part where he sleeps in an animal carcass naked.
I remember hearing about that too.
He like guts this horse and sleeps in it. It almost looks like he really gutted it. Like he's like pulling out its stomach and everything. And like he eats bone marrow at one point. I'm like, a raw fish is like, give this guy a fucking Oscar. God, what else does he have to do? I thought it was he had it locked up at Wolf of Wall Street.
Well, Wolf of Wall Street was fucking amazing.
That's the best movie of 2013.
Yeah, it was.
I thought it was. And like I was like, he's got it locked down for his role in that. Like, and then nope, I can't remember who won that year. Who won Best Actor that year? Was it you'd have to Google that. Who won in 13? I know. Last year
it was Eddie Redmayne for Theory of Everything, and
which I think he got robbed too, or I think that should have been Keaton.
Yeah, Keaton. Yeah, because Keaton actually like had his
Oscar speech
ready for it and everything.
I remember because like it had like a quick shot, I think, of like when they announced the winner, and like I think he had it.
Yeah, and then
he was like. Yeah, and he put it back in his pocket.
And you could tell the look on his face, like...
He was like, oh, fuck, I can't believe I didn't win, because, like, I thought he was a lot.
Matt McConaughey won in 14.
Dallas Buyers Club?
Yep.
He deserved that.
Mm-hmm.
But Leo, I really thought he was going to win. But, yeah, first world problem, though. You know, a lot of people haven't even been to the movies ever in third world countries. And I'm complaining that I didn't get to the top row. So, yeah. You got any comic book news?
No comic book news this week. I need to finish reading Fight Club 2. I know issue 8 came out, so I need to check that out and finish reading that. But I think it's only got like maybe 2-3 issues left, because I think it's just like a 10-issue series. but I need to finish that up. So, but yeah, there's really no other comic book news. When's the Academies for 20?
They're always in February.
February?
Yeah, usually like mid-February.
Right in front of me, February 28th.
Yep, and mid-end February.
I hope freaking Sly Stallone at least wins something.
I know,
Creed.
right? For a supporting actor or something.
Because he fucking owned that role.
No kidding.
In a perfect world, Leo would win Best Actor.
And Stallone could win
Supporting Actor. But we never know. Best Picture, I mean, who knows who's going to get that.
I guess we will jump into That's Not Good News. Let me take a look here and see what we got. Well, I guess we got to start out with...
That's not good.
I don't really think we need to talk about it, but I don't think it's really That's Not Good News. But it's kind of just news, is the Powerball. Like, I kind of want to classify this under That's Not Good News because, like...
The chances of winning this are very fucking slim.
That, and they're going to have a bunch of idiots going out there buying tons of tickets, wasting their money on a 1 in probably almost a billion chance of winning.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if anybody is living underneath a rock. It hasn't noticed that, but the Powerball drawing happens tonight. Probably as we speak, it's probably already happened. But
it's probably already happened, yeah.
It's up to $800 million. And they said if it doesn't, no one wins tonight, it'll go up to $1.3 billion. Which they already said this one's the biggest ever.
Yeah, I've never seen that.
No, I remember like a couple years ago it got up to like 600.
Yeah, I remember the 600 because I bought a ticket for that one.
I did too. Yeah.
But dude, if it goes up to 1.3 billion, you could buy Canada.
One of us won that.
Oh my god.
We would be podcasting until we're 60 because like we wouldn't have.
We wouldn't have to work.
Yeah,
we could just podcast every day.
We could make the movies we've always wanted to make.
Mm-hmm. We could make a legitimate, like, good Alien versus Predator movie.
We could.
Oh my god.
I could do my Resident Evil reboot I've always wanted to do. The Resident Evil movie the fans and everybody deserve. I could do. I mean, Travis and I were writing a script for that at one point, and man, we could do it. But yeah, so many people are out there buying tickets and spending their hard-earned money on just false hope. I like to call it paying the idiot tax. Is buying lotto tickets because I mean it's okay if you play like the $1 scratch off,
right,
or a $5 scratch off, whatever. You could win like $50 or something.
You could win $50.
Hey, you come out a winner. That's cool. But I mean when you're going out there like, hey, give me 20 Powerball tickets, that's $20. You can get like a pack of smokes, fucking food, and it's a little bit of gas with $20, and then you're gonna. And none of those are not gonna be winners. You have like a better chance of being. I would have a better chance of being struck by lightning 20 times in one day, and then having sex with Rooney Mara in the same day. Than winning the Powerball.
Yeah, you have,
and also us selling the rights to the Golden Age Ninja Apocalypse universe for like $10 million. All of that in one day, I would have a better chance of doing that than winning the Powerball. Just saying. Just being realistic. Anybody in Hollywood's listening, Travis and I would probably give up the rights to that for the certain dollar amount. If you bring something good to the table, we may sell the rights.
So keep your eyes open, Hollywood.
Yeah, exactly. Moving on to what the fuck news. I did find an article here.
I've got a couple what the fuck stories.
Do you want to take it away?
I got this for what the fuck news. The Playboy Mansion is actually up for sale for $200 million, and it comes with Hefner for housemate.
Whoa!
Yeah.
See, if I won the Powerball, I would do this. Like, I would buy the
Playboy Mansion.
See, like, I would probably buy it, but I wouldn't have all the girls around. Like, it would actually be kind of cool to have, like, all of us in it, just, like, hanging out there doing podcasts and stuff, because, like, and then, like, having Hugh Hefner as the housemate would be cool, too. It'd be like, Geeks in the Phone. What's up, guys? It's Geeks in the Phone podcast coming from the Playboy Mansion. Like,
we got a special guest, Hugh Hefner.
Exactly, man.
We have to have bunnies in there, though.
I would be okay with. I just not like drugs and sex going on.
Oh no.
But like the bunnies would be okay.
I'd be okay with that. It could like okay. I like Howard Stern like back in the day.
Yeah. I like Stern.
That could be the podcast with.
He podcasts. I think Howard Stern does.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah,
but
so it's up for sale, huh?
Yeah, it's up for sale for $200 million. But the buyer will have to allow the magazine publisher to live there until he dies. Wow. So
I mean, that'd be pretty cool having Hugh Hefner as your housemate. I mean, he's got to be a dinosaur by now.
How old?
He's got to be in his 90s.
I'm gonna Google that real quick.
I would say early 90s. I would guess.
Hugh Hefner.
He's like on that Bob Barker level.
89. 89 years old. He's born 1926. Damn. But yeah, the Playboy Mansion's up for sale. If you want to go be roommates with fucking Hugh Hefner and the bunnies, I mean, go for it.
You got $200 million shells to shell out.
It's in Holmby Hills. It's close to Beverly Hills. The mansion will more than likely go between $80 million and $90 million. But it's up for sale for $200. But the real estate sources are saying it might go in between $80 and $90 million. It also said that the sale comes with a major catch. Whoever buys it must give Hefner a life estate, meaning he will continue to live in the mansion until he dies. Forbes magazine describes the mansion as Gothic/Tudor and said it's Gothic.
The Playboy Mansion?
Not necessarily like the goth that.
Well, right, like just the style, the architecture,
yeah.
Right? But,
so it's like Gothic, which I mean that would be really fucking cool because I mean, here's the mansion right here. I mean, dude,
it does kind of give that vibe.
Winning the Powerball. This could be Wayne Manor and Batman. Holy shit!
I can't get over Gothic. Can you imagine Hugh Hefner as Dracula? Like coming out, like you buy the place, he comes out.
Just comes out in his robe, just like,
I have some bunnies. Blah, blah. That's a terrible Dracula. I'm ashamed. I take that back.
It includes 3 zoo and aviary buildings, a pet cemetery, a tennis court.
Cemetery?
Yes.
Are we talking like Stephen King's pet cemetery?
Like a legitimate pet cemetery. So you never know what could happen, but it also comes.
Take a cat down there.
Tennis court, waterfall, pool, and a basketball court. So, I mean, there's a lot to it. Numerous visitors to the house have described it as being in a state of disrepair. Playboy Enterprises did not immediately comment when contacted by the AFP. So
it's in rough shape?
Maybe. Might be.
A pet cemetery.
Oh,
about time trapped on that road there. I need to rewatch that. That's been a while.
But yeah, it also comments how, like, the Playboy Mansions have been host to like the most raucous parties ever.
I can only imagine.
I mean, it's the fucking Playboy Mansion. What do you expect?
Like next level parties.
Mm-hmm. Like it's the parties that we see in movies.
Exactly.
That happen here.
Like if you've ever seen Project X.
Yes,
that's like something like that.
That's the Playboy Mansion.
That movie sucked. I saw that one.
Well, they made the movie Miss March that had 2 of the guys from what was that show on IFC? Whitest Kids You Know. They made that movie. But yeah, I found this one too. The headline for this one, catfishing over love interest might have spurred University of. Oh wait, hold on. Is this the right one I clicked on? Did I click on the right one? Oh, I did. Okay. Student named Jackie. But apparently, the title that I saw whenever I pulled it was "Woman Who Lied to Rolling Stone." Also made up a persona and lied about having a terminal illness, all to get a guy to date her.
What?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, clearly, Why Should I Date You's not working. God damn it. That's terrible.
But yeah, I read about that. I saw that title, and I was just like, what the hell?
So she faked a terminal illness, and what else? This is from Rolling Stone.
She made up a persona and lied about having a terminal illness, all to get a guy to date her.
From an online dating website?
Just, I think so.
Or just in general?
Because it says something about catfishing here.
Probably online.
So Ryan Duffin was a freshman at the University of Virginia when he met a student named Jackie. Both teenagers were new to campus in September 2012, and a pair quickly became friends through a shared appreciation of alternative rock bands. Early on, Duffin sensed that Jackie was interested in pursuing a romantic relationship with him. Duffin valued her friendship but politely rebuffed Jackie's advances for more. Just days after he met her, Duffin said he was goaded into a text message conversation with a junior named Haven Monahan, whom Jackie said she knew from a chemistry class.
That already sounds like a psycho name.
Mm-hmm. Haven Monahan. What followed was what lawyers for Nicole Uramo, an associate dean at said university, described in new court documents as an elaborate scheme to win Duffin over by creating a fake suitor, Monahan, to spark a romantic interest, a practice known as catfishing, that morphed into a sensational claim of gang rape at this fraternity, at the said university, that Jackie said was instigated by the fictitious upperclassmen, and finally a Rolling Stone story that covered it shocked the nation. Charlottesville's police investigation later determined that no one named Haven Monahan had ever attended said university, and extensive efforts to find the person were not successful. That sounds crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mean to be gross, but what do they mean by gang? I mean, like gangbang, like.
I mean, university parties sometimes can get
really
out of hand, you know. That's crazy.
So how did it end? I mean,
after these discrepancies and other inconsistencies arose in the reporting by the Washington Post, Rolling Stone retracted the story in April. At least 3 defamation suits have been filed related to the story since, including Hermanos. Court documents indicate that a crush Jackie had on Duffin freshman year was the spark for it all. Since this happened, that the attention-seeking events on September 28, 2012 spiraled into a sensational tale that evolved, made its way into a national magazine's page, and then took on a life of its own. Duffin said that his friendship with Jackie began to take a turn quickly as she pursued a deeper relationship with him. Though she had only known Duffin for a few weeks, Jackie spent $350 on a birthday trip to Washington, D.C. and 2 tickets for them to see the Silver Sun Pickups at the 9:30 club. Like once he began exchanging texts with this Haven Monahan, Duffin said he was struck by how the supposed junior was infatuated with their mutual friend. He immediately started talking with Jackie. Duffin noticed that. That's crazy. Catfishing is ridiculous.
This is why I do not. Why should I date you? Segment, folks. Is things like this. Things like this could happen, so I'm preventing it from happening.
It's bad. Wow. I have no words. This is just crazy. This is the. How can people do this to? They're playing with people's feelings, man. You know, it's just, I don't know.
World. It's what we live in. And people have no lives. They live in like this false sense of false reality, and things like that happen. So that's awful, though. I mean, like, if you're ever gonna like consider online dating, just this shit like this that happens a lot. So yeah, just be careful out there. Like, just get to know, if you're on an online dating website,
get to know them.
Exactly, get to know them, and like be confident if you want to meet up and stuff like that, and be sure, you know, because I read these profiles you guys every week as a joke almost, but like, man, these are actually, I'm actually reading these to you guys, which we'll get into later, but these are real people. I mean, hopefully, but just be careful out there. You got a couple other articles?
Those were the only 2 I found.
Okay. I do have one here that I pulled up. The title of the article was a thief from Mumbai was force-fed 48 bananas to excrete stolen gold chain.
What?
Yeah. So the Mumbai police force-fed 4 dozen bananas to a chain snatcher to recover a stolen gold chain, which he had swallowed in an attempt to not get caught, an officer said on Saturday. The incident occurred in the Ghatkopar East Fish Market in the eastern suburbs late Wednesday night when the accused Gopi Gaware snatched and ran off with a woman's 25 what is that unit of measurement? Grams, I'm sorry.
Grams.
Wow. finished this whole bottle of Moscato almost already. So, gold chain. As the woman screamed, some residents gave chase, pinned him down, and hammered him. According to investigating officer Kalish Termer of Paintnagar police station, a police patrol in the vicinity arrived and took charge of this guy and of the suspect. An X-ray revealed on Thursday morning that a metallic object, purportedly the stolen chain, was lying in his stomach, proof of the 25-year-old thief's first ever crime. So basically, what happened was police arranged for another X-ray to confirm this, and they ordered a basketful of bananas and forced the suspect to eat them until the wee hours of the morning. Early on Friday, he was escorted to the loo, which is the restroom in Eastern culture, by 4 policemen who also filmed the morning evolution as the chain finally slithered out of his system. Police ordered him to wash it with fennel and placed him under arrest. He was produced before a magistrate on Friday and he remained in custody. This is not the first time Mumbai police have gone bananas to retrieve some stolen goods from someone. So, yeah. They apparently force-fed this guy bananas to get the gold chain out of his system so he can basically poop it out.
What a start to 2016.
Exactly. No kidding.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a start.
I think that's what the fuck news for the week. And I got the new segment we've been doing, which is the horrifying image of the week.
Yeah, this picture is so good.
Boy. We'll post it for you guys to see here. I found this one in the depths of the internet. This couple just had their newborn child, and the guy posted with the headline, "My child looks like Steve Buscemi." She really does. Oh god.
Just picture that baby in that Snickers commercial now.
Marsha. Oh my god. Yes. Oh, that poor baby. Oh, I don't understand why people when they first see babies, they're like, "Oh my god, a lot of them are ugly." It's like, I'm serious. Like, I'm not gonna be one of those people that will always say "Oh my god, your baby's so cute." It's like, I'm deep down saying that baby's ugly. Some of them are cute.
Some can be,
but some are fucking ugly. But this baby here, I'm sorry. Bless you. I hope you live a long and healthy life, but you're ugly.
Right now,
you look like Steve Buscemi. Yeah, exactly. Poor thing. I really hope. I'm sorry that happened to you, but yeah. You know what's ironic too is she's wearing pink, Mr. Pink.
Mr. Pink. Yep, I actually noticed that one. I was actually going to make a comment.
I can't believe I didn't pick that up right away. Jeez.
Mr. Pink.
Oh, but yeah, that's the horrifying image of the week is baby Steve Buscemi.
Baby Buscemi.
Yeah. Let's see here. We'll move on to our next segment, just internet things, which has obviously turned into the feel-good stories of the week. Do you got any?
I was trying to look and I didn't find one actually.
I found one here, which was a couple who just recently got married. Their post-wedding, they brought the wedding party to the groom's 91-year-old grandmother who was in the hospital recovering from an ankle injury.
Wow.
Yeah. So when Brian Kurtelik's 91-year-old grandmother could not make it to his wedding due to an ankle injury, him and his bride, Lauren, decided to bring the wedding party to her. They made a spur-of-the-moment decision to stop at the rehabilitation center where Brian's grandmother, Peg McCormick, was recovering from a broken ankle on their way to the reception. When the couple walked in the room, they were surprised to see McCormick in bed, wearing the outfit she had planned to wear to their wedding, party shoes and wedding corsage included. She was all dressed up and just hanging out like she was there in spirit. The wedding was of special significance for McCormick because Brian, 32, was her first grandchild to get married, and the couple wed in the same Madison, New Jersey church where McCormick herself was married.
Wow.
Yeah, so yeah, they showed up. She had an injury, and they showed up and brought the reception party to her,
awesome.
Which is kind of nice. So, because at that age, you're prone to injury, and something unfortunately happened, and they were nice enough to share that moment with her.
Mhm.
So, which is really cool. All right, so that was the feel good story of the week. I guess, yeah, we have made good time tonight. This has been a pretty short podcast.
Yeah.
You got any other news that you want to drop? Anything before we move on to our aforementioned last fucking segment?
I think there was a story I saw about movie news.
Okay. You knock that out
let me
real
just
quick.
find it. Oh yeah, Avengers: Infinity Wars. They were talking about that a little bit. Like they're going to bring in as many Marvel heroes as they can into this movie.
Ooh. I
mean, it makes sense. It's going to be the final Marvel go at it. So it'll be
hoorah, basically.
Yeah, and they're talking about this is going to be like the biggest threat that any Marvel villain or any Marvel movie has seen. I mean, you've got fucking Thanos. I'm getting confused with mythological gods here now. Thanos. He's gonna be like the big one that everybody's gonna have to fight. And then apparently too with Civil War, like that's gonna be a game changer for fucking Marvel. Honestly, I think that Steve Rogers is gonna die in this. I think Steve Rogers is going to die, and Bucky's going to take up the mantle for Cap. And then, I don't know, man.
We'll see. We got a long time for that one, but
it would be cool because the new Avengers are getting established now. With in Age of Ultron, you had Vision, Scarlet Witch, all of those guys were brought in, Falcon, and then now you've got Doctor Strange coming into the mix. You've got Black Panther. You've got Spider-Man coming in. I mean, the new Avengers will be there, and something's going to happen in part 1, I think, of Infinity Wars. And then in part 2, that's whenever the original Avengers come in. And just we got to do this. We got to...
Right.
I don't know. I mean, it'll be interesting, but they were talking about, the physiological realism and greatest threats in Infinity War, which, I mean, it's going to be a huge fucking movie. I remember, I think last week or the week before.
Oh, the $1 billion
budget.
Oh, my God.
It's going to be, and apparently it's going to be shot all in IMAX. So that's
kidding,
going to be
$1 billion budget.
That'll be a beautiful looking movie.
Heck yeah.
And it's going to be a fucking huge event.
Yes.
I mean, it's going to be a 2-parter. The first part's probably going to leave you in a cliffhanger, like, oh fuck. And then a year later, you're going to get part 2, and that's going to be huge. Huge.
Yep.
So I'm very excited for that. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. I believe first part comes out in 2018. If I'm not...
I know part 2 is 2019.
Part 2 is 20... Yeah, part 1 is 18, part 2 is 19. Because this year we've got Civil War and Doctor Strange. Next year, I believe, is Thor and Black Panther, and I believe Spider-Man. And then the year after that will be the Avengers, which is crazy.
Yes. To go back to a previous segment real quick, they did announce the winning Powerball numbers, so I will announce those for you if anybody's listening. 32, 16, 19, 57, 34, and the Powerball number is 13 for the $949.8 million jackpot. You want to know what your odds of winning are? 1 in 292.2 million. Is your odds of winning. And if no one wins, the lottery officials expect the next drawing to be $1.3 billion.
Which
nobody
is
wins tonight. So, God, I wish I would have bought you know what? I'll join the idiot tax. I kind of wish I would have bought at least 2 tickets. It's $2.
If nobody wins it and the next one goes up to $1.3 billion,
I will certainly be
I'm buying a ticket for that.
At least 1 or 2.
1 or 2.
For the hell of it.
1 or 2.
God.
Fucking A.
Unfathomable amount of money. So yeah, those are once again the winning segments. Oh boy. 32, 16, 19, 57, 34. Winning Powerball numbers 13. So good luck, folks. That will take us to our last segment here, which is kind of something that we were touching in What the Black news. The fuck news is Why Should I Date You? Which, if first-time listeners of the podcast, is I'm on an online dating website. Single guy. I don't really use this site that much, but I will go on there and see if there's any profiles that I try to find the most horrible profiles that are spelling error-ridden, grammar.
This one that I found was...
I got 3.
Holy shit.
Okay. I got a couple here, and I kind of pulled them up and kind of glanced over them, but I didn't read them fully. But yeah, I pretty much just find the worst profiles imaginable and just read them off to you. And yeah, so we'll jump into a couple here. And this is why you shouldn't date them, is because usually their profile will describe their personality or what they're looking for, and usually half the time it's just makes no sense.
No sense.
And yeah, first one here, username is Jane6001. Headline is looking for someone to get this money with. Yeah, I need a cigarette before we get started with this. Oh boy. All right. About her. I was born and raised in Ohio. I travel from state to state because of the profession I am in. I love to work out and I love to help people make extra money, and I love hot wings.
I do too.
I do too. I mean, we got something in common, I guess. First date. My first day was a... What? My first day was a real... I'm going to read... And also, folks, I read these verbatim, so I read them how they are. So I don't ever adjust anything to what I think it's going to say. I read it verbatim. First date. My first day was a real good day because, I say, I'm investor. I hoped the right thing again at Annie's. Took me shopping, but unfortunately he was a cheater, so I couldn't stay with him. He missed out on a good girl. That's a first date? It looks like you just brought up bad memories from the past of being cheated on.
That was under her first date section?
Yes, it was. That's her first date. His repressed memories. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm sorry.
Oh, God.
It's...
repressed memories.
I'm just...
Oh, God. Oh, that's good.
Yeah, but yeah, that's that one. Next profile.
You take her out to Hot Wings. She's like, oh my God, he used
cheated
to take me out for Hot Wings too.
All the time.
And then he was
next profile is Alana. I'm sorry, Alana Adriana is her username. Oh boy. Her headline is, she used her your improperly. If you're not sugar daddy material, keep scrolling.
Ugh. Hooer. Snoot.
About me, single, older men, mama to a baby boy, Snapchat, I won't give out that. Add me if you aren't my Snapchat friend, Facebook, her name, and that's it. So she's basically looking for an older sugar daddy. So she doesn't have to be a member of society and a responsible adult. So, fuck off.
They actually have websites where you can find sugar daddies.
Do they really?
Yep. And I believe they have that for sugar mamas too.
See, and I hear shit like that, and then I see things like this, and I'm just like, man, I'm going to be 29 in 2 months, and it's hitting me. It's like, God, I don't know when my princess will arrive. So, next profile is username Ms. Russell21. Her headline is, I am thinking a bit, deleting my account, ...
A bit.
About her. Oh, I actually got to read. In this online dating website, they have interests too. I kind of want to read her interest. I'll read them verbatim. I interest. I interested in a man that looks good. Themself somebody that's family. Smell good that has their on going for. Oriented someone that loves K. Folks, I'm not making this up. I'm really reading these verbatim. I'm not just being funny. I really am reading these verbatim. That her interests, those aren't even interests. I mean, those are just that makes no sense. That's illogical. About her, my hobbies are working and I do hair. My goals are to get a better job and finish school. FINNISH, like we're talking to Finnish culture. School. I am outgoing. I love meeting new people. Outgoing. I love to travel. I'm a nice person. A loving care. God, I just want to give them an F in English. A loving, caring. ... I love trying new things. ... I am a family person. ... On the first date, I get to know the person, see if I like their personality.
Did they use the right
They
name?
did. Wrong. Completely. THERE. Personality. See if they are real men and not little boys. ... See what their goals are in life. ... What they do for a living. That's her first date. I'm done. What you got, sir?
Username Moril22. Interests: hunting, camping, fishing, trucks, mudding, bomb fears.
Bomb fears.
Bomb fears. BOMFIERS. Bomb fears. Walking.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
I wasn't even trying to spell that right.
Cruising. CRUZING. And about me. Hi, my name is Period. Her name, period.
Sure.
I'm 19 and looking for my one, period, and period only, period. I'm tired, TIERD, period, of getting ... over. I have, period, a big heart, space, just, period, tired, misspelling again, of getting used for, period, shit, period, and period, taken for, period, granted, space. I'm a country girl, love the outdoors, 2 words. I'm not on here just to ... So if you are, then don't message me. K, thanks. Looking for my one. First date, be romantic.
Oh God! Oh, be romantic. That sounds like a robot or something. Like, be romantic. Oh, jeez.
It just reminds me of a Daft Punk song.
Right. Oh, don't bring them into the... God, I love Daft Punk.
I know.
Don't. I know, it's okay, but...
Bomb fears.
Bomb fears.
Be romantic.
Be romantic, folks. That's what it's all about. You gotta be romantic or you're not going anywhere. Okay, I got one more here, and we will wrap up this segment. Username is Catalea. Headline: A true man will be here for me no matter what. About her, man, this is lame. I vape, not smoke. I like plants and flowers. I'm a starving botanist. LOL. I'm artsy, design, makeup, and nail artist. Want to know more? Feel free to message me. First date. That's her first date. She wrote that. That's so childish. It's like, she might as well write down a note that says, "Do you like me? Yes, no, maybe."
I've got one here. Username Hopless Romantic for now.
Hopless Romantic.
Headline: Who would have thunk we would meet here?
Oh, jeez.
About me: I enjoy a lot, one word, of things. Test me and we shall see the outcome. That's it.
Oh, all right.
Looking for a hopless romantic.
Oh, I think this website is certainly hopless. Well, I think that's it for Why Should I Date You. Definitely should not date these lovely women, I suppose. So, yeah, I think that brings us to the end of this podcast for the week. A little short one though, with just the two of us. So yeah,
Excuse me.
this might be our shortest podcast.
Yeah, I think it might be.
Yeah, we covered a lot though in an hour and a half.
Yeah, we did.
Next week's podcast is kind of up in the air actually right now because we have Matt's little get together.
I think that's on Friday.
Is it Friday?
I think it's Friday. Let me double check.
Okay, because if it's Friday, we can do his. We're gonna do his little Matt, who I was talking about at the beginning of the podcast, who's moving up north for a job. He's having a little shindig.
Yeah, it's Friday.
Okay, going away thing on next Friday, so we'll do that on Friday, and then hopefully have the podcast on Saturday, which probably next Saturday could be a mixture of listeners because I think next Saturday we're thinking about doing we're wrestling fans.
Yes.
So we were thinking about doing a wrestling themed podcast because the week after that's the Royal Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
So we were thinking about doing a wrestling themed podcast next week. So
which will be awesome.
yes,
Royal Rumble is going to be great.
Roman Reigns.
He's going to have to fight the title, and whoever gets him out at the Rumble wins the title.
Yes, I like that idea.
Brock Lesnar comes out and fucking whoops his
Oh
ass.
my god, that would be intense. Yeah. So any closing thoughts?
No. Stay safe out there with the weather, everything like that. Have a great rest of your week.
Yes.
Keep an eye out. B-List is up. Definitely check that out.
Definitely. Belated holiday special.
Yeah.
But it's a good one. It's about 20 minutes.
Roughly around 20 minutes. But yeah, definitely check that out. Last week's episode of the podcast will be up later, so keep an eye out for that as well.
Tomorrow, you think?
Yeah, most likely tomorrow. But yeah, keep an eye out for stuff. We've got stuff pumping out.
Yep.
So.
And I'll probably be writing the newest B-List episode next week. I've got a couple ideas what I want to do. So, and then we're back in the saddle again for Ninja Apocalypse. We started filming that again. I saw the
picture. Yeah.
We haven't filmed for that in like 2 months.
Yeah,
probably.
It's been a long time.
The scene we filmed on Thursday was awesome. It turned out so good. We reshot the Batmobile scene.
Yeah.
And it turned out way better. It was
awesome.
Really good. Like the dialogue, it felt more natural and everything. It felt really good again.
That's awesome.
So we're back in the saddle again for that. I think Ninja Apocalypse will be fully wrapped filming probably like early this year. And then it'll probably be out later this year.
Yeah, I was thinking part 1 will be later this year.
Because the movie we're doing will probably be, it's going to be 2 movies, Ninja Apocalypse and then Age of Cluckula. So Ninja Apocalypse will probably be out by like the end of this year, and that'll be its own first movie, and the second part will be out probably like next year, like 17. So we've been filming this movie for almost 2 years.
Yeah.
It's insane. Like, it's the biggest thing Travis and I have ever done. So, yeah, I mean, we got the podcast going strong. I mean, podcast is still developing. We still need to do, like, segment songs and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's still all work in progress. So, yeah, we have stuff pumping out all the time. So stay tuned.
Next week, we'll be podcasting. The week after, maybe? The week of the 23rd, we might not, but we'll keep you posted.
Yeah, because that's your birthday.
Yeah, birthday
weekend. So we might have to cancel the podcast and do some partying. So
I'm going to be 24.
At least you're not almost 30. I guess age is just a state of mind.
It is.
So... so I hope everybody has a great rest of the weekend, a good Sunday tomorrow, and a good rest of their week.
Yeah.
So have a great night, folks.
Take her easy.